Hello and welcome to my video where I'm going to show you how to make some dried fruit ornaments. These smell so nice and they're particularly great for making your home nice and cozy during the colder seasons. In order to save time, I ended up buying the dried whole fruit and the fruit slices. However, you can choose to dry the fruit yourself. You can do this with a dehydrator or in an oven on a low heat setting. In order to lessen the drying time, it's best to use fruit that's maybe a bit older and therefore less juicy, and also some fruit that's on the smaller side. So for instance, clementines and satsumas, rather than large oranges. The most popular fruits to dry whole are types of orange and also limes. You can also dry lemons, but they won't work as well. In order to dry the whole fruits, you need to cut several slits into the sides of each fruit. And to dry slices of fruit, they need to be between 5mm and 1cm thick. You can pat the fruit slices with some kitchen towel to remove any excess juice, and then put all the fruit on some baking paper on a baking tray. The alternative to this is to put them on a wire rack. You need to place these fruits into the oven on a low heat setting, around 225 degrees Fahrenheit or around 110 degrees C. The fruit slices will take a few hours, whilst the whole fruit might take several, and you will have to keep turning them over every half an hour to an hour. So this is obviously a time-consuming exercise, and as I mentioned previously, you can buy them instead. However, the upside of drying them yourself is that it's cheaper, and also it makes your house smell amazing. Okay, so to make the fruit ornaments, I'm going to be using some whole dried oranges and limes, as well as some orange slices and some cinnamon sticks. You'll also need some wire cutters and pliers, as well as twine, a drill and an awl. The first thing I'm going to do is add holes to every piece of fruit and every cinnamon stick. So I placed each piece of whole fruit into a vise, making sure that I didn't tighten it so much that I damaged the fruit. Basically, stop tightening if you start to hear a cracking noise. Then I used an electric drill with a 6.5mm drill bit to add a hole at either end of the fruit. Obviously, be careful doing this and wear your safety specs. Always try and aim the drill bit towards the centre of the fruit. Because the cinnamon sticks are a lot more delicate, I had to place each one on a piece of scrap wood and then use a drill bit a lot smaller, about 2mm in diameter. I had to hold the stick with my hand whilst I drilled straight through the centre. As for the fruit slices, they're too delicate to be drilled, so I just used an awl to make a hole in the centre of each one. Just make sure to protect your work surface using a cutting mat or similar during this process. In order to prevent the acid in the fruit from corroding the metal, make sure that you thoroughly clean the awl and your drill bits after this project. Right, so now we've prepared all of the fruit, it's time to get assembling. The first thing I'm going to make is a wreath, and to do this I'm going to need some sturdy wire. The wire I'm using is galvanized garden wire and it's 1.6mm in diameter. You'll need to decide how big you want your wreath to be and then form the wire into an appropriately sized ring. How I'm going to attach the ends of this ring together are by forming two interlocking loops. But right now all you have to do is use your pliers to form one of these loops. Then all you need to do is just thread the fruit onto the non-looped end of the wire. I mostly used the whole dried fruit, but I also used some of the fruit slices. You want to aim for a balanced pattern. It doesn't necessarily have to be symmetrical, but it has to look neat and even. Once you've added all the fruit, you can then cut off the excess wire and use your pliers to form the end into a loop. This loop needs to go through the loop at the other end of the wire in order to fasten the wreath together. In order to finish the wreath, I then added a twine hanging loop, and I also made a bow out of some wide satin ribbon in order to cover up the join in the wreath. I simply superglued this bow in position. And that's it, the wreath is now complete. If you're finding that the scent isn't very strong and it's not emanating very well, then there's a couple of things you can do. You can spray a fine mist of water onto the fruit, or you could add a few drops of essential oil, orange essential oil for instance. And now, with the rest of the dried fruit, I'm going to make some individual ornaments. The wire that I'm going to use for this is some green florist wire. It's 0.6mm in diameter, and they come in lengths of 10 inches. To start with, I plan how I want the ornaments to look, i.e. what order I want to add the fruit. The best way that I found to start an ornament was to have a cinnamon stick as the base. So I pushed about 1 inch of the florist wire through the hole in the cinnamon stick, and then wrapped it around. Ideally, you want to wrap the wire a couple of times or so around the stick. Then, in the centre of the cinnamon stick, you want to bend the wire straight upwards, using pliers or your fingernail. I also made sure to bend the end of the wire inwards at the base of the ornament so that it didn't catch on anything or anyone. And then you can just thread the fruit onto this wire. Once you've finished, use your pliers to add a loop in the wire immediately above the fruit. You can then hold the loop with your pliers and wrap the wire around the stem, like so. Cut off the excess wire and then just neaten up that loop. I also made some smaller ornaments in the same way, as you can see here. And I kept going until I had a variety. If you store these ornaments carefully, they should last you at least a couple of years. And that's it, that's all my ornaments completed. I really hope you enjoy making these, and thank you very much for watching.